Do I have to repay an overdrawn director's loan account if my company goes into liquidation? Well, the answer is yes. From the liability perspective, absolutely. But there is a complete distinction between the liability and the actual reality of being able to repay. It's all very well somebody coming around and saying that you owe X amount of money, and indeed, if a liquidator is appointed and there's an overdrawn director's loan account, it's the duty of the liquidator to seek to recover it, to seek proposals. It's the duty of the liquidator to do that, because it's the duty of the liquidator to realise or attempt to realise the assets of the company. And one of the assets of the company, in a case where there's an overdrawn director's loan account on liquidation, is the overdrawn director's loan account. It is not a physical asset that you can touch, like stock, plant, machinery, and so on and so forth. It is a debt or a debtor, an amount of money that's due to the company. The only distinction is that it's due from the director to the company, because it is a overdrawn director's loan account. Now, if the company goes into liquidation and if it turns out that there is an overdrawn director's loan account, there will be a liability which you repay it, and then the standard procedure would be that the liquidator would turn around to the relevant director and ask for suitable proposals. The starting point would be the presumption that the director is going to pay it in full. If a director then turns round and says that they do not have the means to pay it in full, then that becomes a question of affordability. And a common way of that gets sorted out and resolved is through the director submitting what's called a statement of means. In other words, lists of assets and liabilities, details of income and expenditure, and then a reasonable assumption can be made as to, or assessment can be made as to, what the affordability position is. So the answer to the question is, do you have to repay? Yes. That is an entirely separate question from, can you repay? Because if you cannot repay, it doesn't matter in principle that there's liability. If you're not actually able to pay, then that is a fundamental problem that needs to be dealt with. Questions, queries, concerns, give us a shout. We know Insolvency inside out.